So today, as we saw on the poster, we'll be talking about interactive video, teaching with interactive video. This means using a video that either you upload yourself, a recording that you create, or a video that you find on YouTube, and you use that to measure assessment for your students. So your students can watch it, and somewhere in the middle, the video pauses and your students have to answer a question. So as you can see from the description, Edpuzzle helps students to take an active role in their learning with interactive video lessons that spark creativity and curiosity. For those of you who attended the Monday Coffee in One Gulp, the ones where students were talking about their feedback on what makes class memorable for them. Some of them were saying that they are visual learners and, they would prefer different forms of learning, like videos, for example, because they want something that they can see and hear as a different alternative form of learning. So that's exactly what we are going to look at today. So on my screen, you can see there are several tiers for Edpuzzle. So there's the free tier, the pro tier, and the schools tier. The free is usually pretty sufficient for anyone, and anyone can use it. It's free for you. You just go to edpuzzle.com. So when you're using the free tier, you get up to 20 video lessons for free. And these video lessons are typically, make sure if you want to upload your own video, it should be less than 1 GB. But if you're using a YouTube video, it's fine. You don't have to worry about storage. And it has a couple of other benefits, like Edpuzzle training courses and Edpuzzle originals and some AI that's in beta. I don't think that's working yet. If we can generate enough interest in Edpuzzle, we can make the case to have a school plan so that all of us can get the pro features for free. But that would depend on the uptake. With that one, we can even get it integrated into our LMS, the e-learning system, and that would make it much easier for you to even use Edpuzzle and explore its full range of features. So again, if you want to follow along on your laptop, just go to edpuzzle.com. On the top left, you can see. And if you don't have an account, just on the top right, click on sign up. But I think for me, I already have an account, so I'll just quickly log in. And so when I log in, it asks me whether I'm a teacher or a student. So when you give your students a code later on, they will click I am a student. But for you, you'll just come to the teacher setup, and then you'll be able to log in. So for me, let me just quickly log in with Google. Yes. So this is what the interface of Edpuzzle looks like in the background. So I can see that on my left, there are several things. There's the Discover tab. There's my content, my school, my notifications. So for those of you who will sign up, along the way after you use your email and sign up, it will prompt you to enter your school. So when you enter Strathmore University as your school and select it, you'll be able to see some of the things that people are putting up on Edpuzzle. These are videos that people have chosen to put public, but you'll also be able to work on your videos privately if you don't want to share them with other people who can log on using the Strathmore School. So at the top right, I'll go to add new. And the first thing I want to do is create a class. So as I was saying, when we are finally able to integrate it with our e-learning, we'll be able to just quickly use the data that you have on your e-learning class or even your Teams class. But for now, we'll just create a class manually. So I think we can create our class and call it Byte of Learning 14 as the name of our class. And we could say this was a class created in August 2024. Or you could give your class whatever description you want. The grade level you could choose here, a higher education, and the subject, there are a variety of subjects you could pick from here if you want, but for me, I'll just go with other. So under the class type, there are two types of classes that you could create. There's the classic class and there's the open class. Okay, so if I go to open class, it allows anyone at all to join your class. So anyone who has the class link can be able to join your class. If you select classic, then your students have to all enter their student numbers as they enter class. So this is probably the option you want to pick for most of your classes. So when they log in or sign up with their email, they'll be able to enter their student numbers, and you'll be able to measure a lot more metrics. But let's say you're having a session that is, outside the traditional class, and you want to give your session to other people who would watch a video, and somewhere in the middle the video would pause and they'd have to answer a question before they proceeded. Then you would just go for open, and then you would let Edpuzzle generate the students' nicknames. And so I'll quickly create class. Okay, so on my left, I can see Byte of Learning 14 has been created as my class, and there's nothing yet. There's no assignment yet for my students who will join my class. So at the top left again, after I've created my class, I'll just go back to the Discover tab, and this is where I look for a video. So let's say I teach calculus. I could just quickly type calculus, and let me just see whether there are people who have created videos on calculus. I can see there are many teachers from all over the world who've created videos on calculus. Let's say I want a video on something like botany. I can even filter it down to YouTube. There are many videos. So whatever topic you want to think about, you'll probably search for it by topic, and you'll probably find lecturers who put some videos there. You could even, look for videos based on channels like the National Geographic, TED Talks, etc. So whatever topic you're handling, if you can think of it, someone has probably already created a video on it. So let me assume that I want to use this video here called Strathmore University Facilities. So what I've done is I've just come and copied the video URL on YouTube. Okay, so let me just go back here, and then I can paste my YouTube link here. Assuming I've gone to YouTube and I've found a video that I really like. So I click on it. So this is how the interface looks like for when you want to edit a video. So if you want, for example, to cut out, and the video is maybe very long, I can see here where my mouse is hovering, the video time is 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Maybe for you, you've picked a video that is 40 minutes long, but there are parts of the video that you don't want to show to your students. Maybe the start of the video has some intro material. Maybe the middle of the video has an advert. Maybe the end of the video has some credits, and you want to just eliminate that so that your students can get straight to business. What you want to do is here at the top center, you'll select cut, and then you will maybe I want to cut up to 10 seconds in, for example. Okay, so what I will do is come and add cut there. Okay, So if I do that, where my cursor is, this black line here, this will be able to help me get rid of a part of a video that I don't want. So what I'll do is simply drag this away and delete. So when my students come, they will just be able to start from the 10-second mark. So let me repeat that again, because a little more slowly so that you can follow along. Let's say there's somewhere in the middle of the video that I want to cut. Maybe there's this part here of the library here that I don't like very much, and it's maybe 33 seconds in, and I want to remove this part where there's a library showing. So what I'll do is I'll just come and click add cut here, and then I will forward a little bit until the part I want to finish removing. So let's say it's there, and I didn't want that middle section in my video. I'll just come and add cut again. And then what I'll do is very simply drag this away. And so when my students are watching, they will start from here, and then they will get up to here, and then this part will be skipped by the software, and then they'll continue here. So let me just do it one last time. So let's say there's a part of the video like here that I don't want to show. I will just come again and add cut there, and then I will skip a bit to where I want the cut to stop, and then I will come and add it again there. Okay, so I will just quickly drag that and eliminate it. So my video can be customized to the cut sequence that I prefer. So in this way, your video can stop being 40 minutes long and just get to the point 20 minutes in, or whatever part of the video. So you could even find a video that you like that is very long, an hour long, and you just want a 10-minute portion of the video for your students to watch and answer questions from. So that's what you do if you want. So you could even put your own voiceover, but on YouTube videos, they don't allow voiceovers nowadays because they say there are YouTube terms. YouTube doesn't allow that. But if you upload your own video, you can be able to quickly create a voiceover. So for example, there's a video you've recorded, or there's a video on your computer that you want to upload, you'll put a voiceover. We'll look at how to do that. So let's go to the third thing that you can do with your video, which is the questions. So there are several types of questions that you can put here. So there's a multiple choice question, there's an open-ended question, and there's a note. So let's just look quickly at how that looks like. So for those of you who might have paid extra careful attention, you might notice that the video that I uploaded earlier was 3 minutes and 16 seconds, but after I've put some of my cuts, now the video is 2 minutes and 44 seconds. So the software has removed the parts that I didn't want, and my video is a little shorter. So let's see what we can do with our videos. Okay, so I can pause there. I'm 6 seconds into my video, and I can put an open-ended question here. Okay, so I'll just click open-ended question, and then I can type something like, what do you know about Strathmore University? Something like that. Okay, and you can even allow for audio responses, so your students can just record their answers, and then you'll hear their answers. If you want maybe your students to give something in depth, so you can allow that here. And then what you'll do is quickly click on save. So when the video gets up to the 6-second mark, it will pause, and then your students will have to answer this question: what do you know about Strathmore University? Okay, so let's continue.
Again, the idea being that the resources that we offer, you need a place where you can actually view them.
So let's say I get to the 38-second mark and I want to ask another question to my students. I could quickly come here and write something like, I don't know, let me just think of a question. Where is Strathmore located? example. So with this one, I'll be able to enter choices, and as soon as my students fill in their feedback, they will be auto-graded by the software. So let me just quickly create some random choices. Kenya and I don't know, South Africa. Okay. So after, let me just correct this. Where is Strathmore located? So after I've set my question in the middle of the video, I need to pick which one is the correct answer. So I will click on this tick here so that the video knows that this is the correct answer. And so again, when my students are watching, when they get to this point, they'll be interrupted and they'll have to answer a question, okay? So if I want to give feedback on my question, let's say my students select Rwanda, I can give feedback immediately here and say, watch the start of the video. Again, the speaker says where Strathmore is located. I could give feedback there. So whoever picks this wrong answer can get it. It's not mandatory. Again, if you want to give feedback again here, you'll click on the feedback icon here and you say something like that is correct. Okay, so you could do that. Again, I'll just quickly
which you might
continue.
not see, but that should...
just a second, sorry. I can save it. I forgot to save it.
Very.
Yeah, so again, I'll just quickly create
wireless
something
internet
else.
connectivity 24/7.
So at the 1 minute and 6 second mark, I can put another item called a note. And here under the note, I'll just say something like, please pay particular attention to what the speaker of the video will say. So what this note will do is that it will just simply interrupt the video and it will pop up and your students will see, please pay particular attention to what the speaker of the video will say. Okay. So when I'm happy with how my video looked like, I've cut it, I've removed the irrelevant bits of it, I've added my questions, I just click on finish. Okay, so this is my video, and what I can see here is 3 small icons at the bottom of the video. So if I hover there, it will show me the things that I've put, the open-ended question here, which I have to fill in, and this is what your students will see as they enter their answer. So something like that, and they'll be able to just continue and click submit. And then you'll be able to come and grade it if you want. And again, if I go to the second bubble, I'll be able to see the question as my students are seeing it, where is Strathmore located, and they'll be able to answer that. Okay, and we can see the feedback that we collected over here. So let's say I'm happy with the video and I'm happy with the way it looks like. The last thing I do is to assign it to my class. So you remember we created a class earlier. This class is called Byte of Learning 14. So I'll just click on that and then I'll go next. And then here I could set a start date, maybe 22nd today, and a due date, maybe, I don't know, 28th at 11:59 p.m. And then this is an important aspect of your video. You could prevent skipping here. So if you prevent skipping, your students will be forced to watch the entire video before they can submit it as an assignment. They can't just skip parts of the video. They have to watch everything and answer all the questions so that they can turn in their submission. So I'll leave that on. How many times can the students choose to do the assignment? This is up to you. You have autonomy. If you want unlimited attempts, you can set it there. If you just want two, you can set it up there. There's the speed up videos for accessibility. Some students might want to watch the video at a faster speed. So if you want to allow for that, you can turn this on. It will also allow the students who want to watch it at a slower speed. So if a student wants to watch the video at 0.7 speed or 0.5 because they are watching a mathematics video and they're very keen on getting the formula, there's also the closed caption if your video supports it, the subtitles. So once I'm happy with how my video is and it's been assigned to my class, I'll just click on assign. Okay. So when I do that, my video is assigned to my class. And now when I go back to the class that I created earlier, Byte of Learning 14, I'll be able to see that actually it's already been selected and the assignment has been given. So I can quickly come here to share assignment, and I can get this link and put it up on e-learning or put it on the WhatsApp group. So I can just tell the students, use this link to do today's assignment, copy it and put it, let's see if we can put it on the e-learning. So let me just create an activity on the e-learning. Let me just look for something called URL or a link, and then I'll click that. And then I can call this Edpuzzle assignment. Assignment, I think that's how it's written. And then I can paste in my link over there. And then I can just save. Just that simple. So if I come back here, my students will be able to see something called an Edpuzzle assignment here. So they'll be able to click that and attempt the assignment. For those of you who want to go a little more further and embed it, for those of you who would like to take the trouble, you can just copy it. Let me just quickly show you how you can embed it. So here, I'll just quickly create an embed, and then I'll just click on text and media. You don't have to do this. You can perfectly share it as a link. And then under the general, you might want to click on this small icon here so that you can edit it as a HTML. This is not a must if you only choose to do it. But the advantage of doing that is that it will come up as a colorful sort of graphic. And then you can just save it. And when you return, it will look like this. So your students will come to the e-learning, they'll find you've put something here, and they'll just click get started, and they'll be able to attempt it. So back to my Edpuzzle account. If I want to, I've created my class and I've put an assignment, and I want my students to join my class. I think I'll go back to my classes here. Actually, yesterday I created a quick class over here called Wildlife class so that you can see what the submissions would look like. So I created this video assignment, and some students did it. So this is what the interface would look like. You can see there are two students who watched 100% of the video. There's one who watched barely 30% of the video, and there's me who was testing the video. So this is what the interface would look like. So I can come here and I can see that this student picked the correct answer. And then in my answer, in my question for how long have you been at Strathmore University, they answered 30 years. So I can decide to grade them over here, and they'll be able to see. So I can go to the previous student. Another student said they've been in Strathmore for 1 year, and I can come here and give them an 80%. And then just like that. So I'm able to grade on this interface, and the students get their marks. Okay. So if I go back to my class, and I go to the assignment again, I can be able to see just on a high level interface how my students are doing in the assignment. I can also view the assignment as a student over here, and I could even change the settings of the video right from here. Okay. So if I want to delete my class or archive my class, this is where I do it from. Maybe you wanted a one-off thing. And the last thing is if you want to make your video private. Let's say you don't want other people in Strathmore to see the videos you're creating. This is where you do it. You go to my content over here, you click on the video, and then at the top right, you make your video private. So allow me to pause there to see if we have any questions on the chat. Yeah, so I think Edpuzzle is quite a useful tool. It's very easy, very straightforward to use. You can use it immediately for your class or for any other forum that you're holding, and people will be able to participate by watching a video and answering a question while at it. So,
may I ask a question?
Yes, please do.
Is there a limitation to how many students can access this thing? Because some of these applications and softwares, you get you can get 10 students, and then after that you have to pay.
No, I get your question. So in Edpuzzle, you're not restricted by the number of students who can be in your class. You're only restricted in the number of videos that you can hold. So even if you have 100 students, they can all attempt your video. But once you've put 20 videos, you'll just have to delete some of them if you're on the free tier. But again, if we see some uptake and interest, we'll be able to try and make a case for this to be a paid tool so that you can have as many videos as you want. Okay, so thank you all very much. We'll have a recording of this for those of you who may want to go through the material again a little more slowly. I thank you very much for attending, and we hope to see you on Monday for the Coffee in One Gulp, the second edition of the students' responses. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. It's great.